In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to keep your career fresh. Now, this is the third video in a series of 5 videos all about how to prevent having a mid-career crisis. So, I'm David Yeabsley and welcome to the Future Proof Yourself channel. It's all about how to enable you to stay relevant and valued for the rest of your working career. Now, if that sounds of interest and you'd like more content, please subscribe and we can work together on your future proofing journey. So, can you remember your first time at work? Excited, a bit nervous, wasn't really sure what to do, but yeah, you had energy and enthusiasm. And yeah, you started out on a career and you thought, yeah, can't wait for this. This is going to be really good. And yeah, got up and running, career started to go well, and we wanted to make things happen. Perhaps we were on a bit of career bender and we didn't mind working long hours because we knew that it was a good investment. And perhaps we're in sales and that is exciting, perhaps in marketing, worked in a good team, and yeah, we couldn't wait for sometimes we couldn't actually wait for Monday morning. And yeah, let's get out there and do it. And perhaps our work was our life, lots of socialising to go with it. But what's important is that how do we keep that energy and enthusiasm going? Because I think it is fair to say that once we've been at work for quite a long time, the energy and the enthusiasm and the motivation can drift a little bit. But let's crack out of that and perhaps start to think about and having a few bit more reflection time and thinking, what's been good? What have I enjoyed in my career? Okay, perhaps now isn't good as the good old days when we used to enjoy doing certain things and we could do this and get away with that and get up to a few scrapes, which was all good fun. But how do we create, okay, the next, say, 15, 20 years in our careers? So we're going to have that energy and enthusiasm. And this is what I want to cover on this session. So I think a great question to ask yourself at the moment is, would you like to work with you? What would it be like going to work and meeting and working with you every day? Perhaps a good question to ask. Would you like to have you, if you've got management or leadership responsibilities, would you like to have you as a manager or as a leader? What impact you have on others in terms of motivating and inspiring and, you know, people looking up to you and thinking, yeah, they're always positive and make things happen. So it's like any products or services. You could argue, I know this is very harsh, but we're a product, we're a service. And I'm always talking about us as being a limited company and we sell our time and our knowledge and our experience, and in return we get paid salaries and fees and other benefits. But it may be that we've got to look at reinventing ourselves a little bit, polishing up a little bit more and starting to think, you know, what can we offer our company and other people that work with us in the future? So we do stay fresh and we don't go stale. Very, very important we think of it like that. So it may be that we've got to find a few new things to motivate us. And I want to cover 6 areas here now to help you think about how you're going to stay fresh and prevent going stale. So the first one is, have your priorities and passions changed? Maybe. It may be, as I said at the start of your career, you work all hours that God sends, you're on a bit of a career bender. But perhaps now there's other things that are important in life and it's now starting to think about that balance. And where do I want to spend my time, my 168 hours a week? Do I want it all to be at work, or is there other things outside of work that are important to me? Or do I feel that I'm just got to keep slogging along, mainly because of financial reasons? Which can be a bit of a challenge, I totally agree. But it is a very good question to start off with. Have my passions and priorities changed? So start to think about that and really what's important to me as a person. And perhaps you may like to think about your values in terms of what's really important to you. And I think the next part is, yeah, what have you got? What can you really appreciate in terms of accomplishments? It may be what you've earned, and perhaps you've got materialistic things outside of work that you're very proud of and you can enjoy. And it may be that that's keeping you going, or it may be that I've just got to sit and actually enjoy what I have got and appreciate all of those things that actually makes me feel my investment in the time that I spend at work really worthwhile doing. And it's a bit like smelling the roses. If you don't stop and appreciate what you've got, you'll never know what it is and you just end up sort of just grinding away. The third tip that I think is really important, as always, is talk to other people. Talk to other people in their careers of a similar age to you if you're mid-career. What do they enjoy? What don't they enjoy? What are their frustrations? What are some of their realities? You may have some conversations and when you get home you think, my God, actually, mine's really good. I'm quite happy. Or it may give you a bit of a kick up the backside and think, yeah, I need to do something to change. I can't keep going on like this. So it is really important you use your network and people that you trust to go and have those conversations. Now, tip number 4, I use this not on a regular basis, but I've used it quite a bit over my career when I'm a bit sort of down, things aren't perhaps going as well, or perhaps got a little bit stale, and I think, right, next week or in 2 weeks' time, I'm going to start a new job. Well, you're not. You're going to stay doing the same job, but you're going to go into work or start work on a Monday in 2 weeks' time or in a week's time, and you think, right, I'm going to set myself some new challenges. I'm going to get better at networking. I'm going to get more involved in the business. I'm going to perhaps learn some new skills. And I'm actually going to go and relaunch myself and think, yeah, I've got to throw myself into this. I've become a little bit stale. And as we all know, that sometimes we don't get the best out of situations because we're not really investing anything into them. And I think that's a really good tip to think, right, I'm going to get excited. I'm going to plan what I'm going to do in a week's time or 2 weeks' time to start my new job. And start planning it out and start thinking, yeah, bring it on. I'm looking forward to this. Now, it may be that you do that and then in a couple of 2 or 3 weeks' time, you go, well, actually, I'm back to square one again. I'm feeling a bit stale. And you try it again. And then after a month, feeling a bit stale again. And it may be that, do you know what? I do actually need to think about doing something totally new. And there again, go and have some conversations with people. See what your friends and family are doing. And is there anything there that they're doing that you'd really like? You know, think about all those other tips that I've talked about. And, you know, appreciation, what you've got and everything else. But it may be that, yeah, perhaps I do need to move on and change something. And if you do, please have a look at, and think, look at one of my videos called How to Discover the Best Career for You. That just gets you to think differently about, yeah, what's really important to me and for the rest of my working career. And the 6th tip is, okay, I'm going to accept what I've got with my job, which is great. I enjoy it. I'd love perhaps to have it a bit more excitement, but I earn good money. It's going in the right direction. But is there other things outside of work that I could perhaps get involved in? It may be family. It may be hobbies. It could be with friends. It could be travelling. It could be doing something for a charity. Or it may be just having a passion for something that I can really get excited about. And there's that lovely phrase, work to live. And perhaps I need to do a little bit more of that. Organise myself instead of working incredibly long hours. Getting better at delegating, empowering others. So not everybody needs me there all the time. And just there again, looking at what you're doing from a slightly different perspective. And yeah, not live to work. So start to think about that. What other things could I get involved in? So those 6 tips are really quite important there. So that video there is just purely in terms of, yeah, how to keep things fresh. Want any more ideas or discuss them, please give me a ring. So the 4th video in this series is about, yeah, how to get back on track. That perhaps we have had a bit of a downer in our mid-career. We don't want to turn it into a crisis. We can still manage it. We can still develop new ways of working. But yeah, perhaps I need to get myself back on track. But hopefully this topic here will get you thinking about new areas to focus on. So thank you for your time, and I'll see you on the next video.